Within the first few minutes of a town hall tonight, the governor addresses crowds at Lake of the Ozarks over the holiday weekend. Thanks for choosing us tonight. I'm Deborah Kendrick.
And I'm Lucas Geisler. ABC 17's Connor Hirsch is live in Jefferson City. Connor, Governor Parson said once again it's up to local health officials to enforce his social distancing guidelines.
Lucas, Deb, just within the past 2 hours, Parson said that nothing excuses the actions of those large crowds we saw at the Lake of the Ozarks this weekend. But he also, again, stood by what he said local leaders are the ones that have to enforce his social distancing guidelines.
It was terribly unfortunate that that happened at Lake of the Ozarks. It's not something we want to be known in Missouri for all over the national news. But, you know, you're disappointed in things like that when that occurs. But the reality of it is it did.
Parson opened his afternoon briefing by saying poor decisions were made at the Lake of the Ozarks this year. But the viral videos do not represent all Missourians and repeated that tonight.
It's unfortunate. They shouldn't have been doing it. And there's no way to justify what they were doing when they were supposed to be abiding by social distancing.
While he did say conversations will take place about how to handle those businesses, he continued to say local leaders have to enforce the guidelines.
And I am not going to send the National Guard, I'm not going to send the Highway Patrol out to monitor this.
He said the local health departments can file claims in the court system against these businesses that did not enforce the guidelines. I asked him today at the briefing if he thinks that local health departments should file cases against these businesses. And he said what they decide to do on the local levels is up to them.
That's their businesses there. That's their people there. Their economy depends on a lot of that. You know, that's got to be a decision people back there make. Back home, I want to say, make those decisions on that. You know, I trust the people in those positions.
And the director of the Missouri Health Department said this afternoon that those crowded bars are not just a risk for that area, but for where those patrons came from and are going back to, as they could spread the virus back home to more at-risk people. Reporting live in Jefferson City, Connor Hirsch, ABC 17 News.
Connor, thank you. The governor has been working to expand testing in the state and said it may be possible to go down and test all of the employees at those bars and restaurants. He also urged anyone that didn't follow the rules to get a test, but said there's no way for the state to enforce that.